Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I'm here with Julian and Glenn. We're going to discuss today's epic fucking win away to Forest. Darwin Núñez, the kids, Klopp. I don't know. I'm just running out of things to say. I'm just after coming down from Cloud 9 myself. So, I don't know. One of you take it away, lads, because I'm just still too amped to talk about it right now.
It keeps happening again and again and again. The belief that we have in this, not team, but squad is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it feels like something special was happening this season. And it was just, even today, we didn't play great at all, but we got it done. We got the win, and it was a game where I think we were all at home today. We didn't go to the pub for it. So it was one of those where it was early in the morning. I think each of us were just jumping around on the couch, going mental because, magnificent. Feeling really, really, really good. Glenn, how are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. It's like what you said before. We just seem to just keep doing it. We just seem to keep doing it. You know, that whole Carlsberg thing of if Carlsberg stayed weeks, this would be it, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. I don't know how we keep doing it. I think the longer the game was going on, by the way, I thought Kelleher was absolutely top class. I thought he made, especially in the first half, he made an unbelievable save, and then in the second half as well, he bailed us out a couple of times, and it just sort of it was just sort of one of them games where they were getting I don't want to jump too far ahead, but the game was sort of going a little bit of back and forth, and it just sort of felt and maybe it might have been the Núñez one before, a couple of minutes before when he had the header, and I thought maybe that's the chance. But it's just this football team. It's just this football team. We just don't ever know when we're beaten. Do you know what I mean? We just don't know when we're beaten. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they just don't stop, do they? That's the amazing part, because a little bit like fucking last Sunday, where there was excuses for them there to give up, not give up, but not get it done and kind of, but they just don't lie down. And I don't know whether maybe this isn't it, maybe this is just me, but you can really tell that these lads are absolutely doing everything that's in their powers to win this league, for this man to go out the door with a league title. And I think a lot of it is a lot of this perseverance that we're seeing with them, with real late goals and them going to the dying deaths of the games. I think a lot of that is to come to, they just want to get this done for this man, and he deserves to go out with another league. And I just think that's really where it comes from. But it's absolutely remarkable. I don't think there's enough said about, we're missing so many guys. We're missing so many fellas. The chopping and changing that team, the amount of changes we're after having in the last 3 games is absolutely off the charts, and nobody seems to be saying it. It's just incredible to me. It really is, that the kids, the young fellas, are coming in like that and just fucking slotting in and playing and just not feeling sorry for themselves and just going, fuck it, we need to find a way to win this game, and they do. It's incredible.
It's not like Man City, where they have the squad players that Guardiola rotates pretty often, and so a lot of these players get a lot of game time as well. With us, over the past month especially, we've seen players that have never kicked a ball for Liverpool before, and have come in, and like you said, they slotted in. They look extremely comfortable. So that's big credit to the academy with how that has progressed and has really developed. So there was a stage where we were struggling to get youngsters through. It was one every couple of years, and we had and a lot fell by the wayside. But now we're getting this abundance of quality players that are coming in, and none of them have looked out of place. Like, none of them. And Clark started today, his first start in the league, and did really well. He slotted in. He looked confident. He wasn't afraid to try things. And, these kids have made a huge difference over the past month. They really have. And when you saw and Dan's came on in the second half, like, he was causing tons of issues for the Forest defence and did really well. So it's all looking good for the future. But
nearly killed the keeper, didn't he?
Huh?
He nearly killed the keeper.
Yeah, he gave him a right dig.
He wasn't messing about, was he, when he came on? But going back, so if we talk about the game, what about how do you feel we were in the first half?
It was one of them, wasn't it? It was like, it's sort of going back to what you were saying, just sort of then, like, if you think, I'm just thinking when you were speaking there, if you think about Liverpool, 2019, 20, whatever, that sort of time, the midfield, the right side was Trent, Salah, Henderson. Pretty much that was it. The left side was Mane, Wijnaldum, and Robertson. Right? Obviously, they might have the odd change here and there. That was it. Today, right? And this might not ever happen again, ever again. Bradley right, Harvey right wing, Joe Gomez holding midfield, McAllister, that was the right, and then obviously you've got the left as well, totally different. So it was always going to be, tricky. There was always going to be moments, and I thought the first half you did see little bits like that, where there was moments where Diaz was going inside a lot, and he was doing some really nice stuff. I feel like there was a lot of the game was down the left wing, down on our left side, and we were creating loads of problems down there. And I thought we did all right. It was just that pass was maybe a little bit too late or whatever, and things like that. There's a couple of little moments, I know, Diaz got inside, and there was one for Bobby Clark at the edge of the box. But I think the longer the game went on, the more in my head I was thinking, as long as we can get to about 60 minutes and get these subs on, that you could maybe see Liverpool taking over the game. That was a bit of a long answer, that wasn't it?
That's all right.
Not like you, Glenn. That's not like you. So I was the first half kind of it probably wasn't as bad as of some of the first halves we've had throughout the season. It was probably a little bit better than some of our weaker performances in the first half. But and I was kind of getting myself a halftime. I was kind of getting a little bit wound up on the couch by myself at home. You're kind of looking at the young fella's not eating his breakfast, and you're starting to get antsy, it's nil all, and you're starting to walk around and scratch the head, and you're starting to kick every football. I think getting to that, once we got Szoboszlai on, got Endo on, it started to feel a little bit more optimistic about us finding a way through. Nunes comes on, but I gotta say, what am I trying to say, to my downfall, I was starting, I thought it was gone, and I sort of half given up, and then I guess the rest is history. What Nunes comes up with a brilliant header.
It wasn't an untypical first half. I mean, we've gone on about this a lot. The first halves, we've tended to...
you big ball?
Well, it's not just me. I mean, it's kind of a trend. Our first halves tend to be, especially away from home, we're definitely not pressing as much. And there's a distinct difference between the first half and second half. Our second half, we normally come out with like, boom. We didn't necessarily see that as much in the second half, but as the game went on, the subs made a big difference. Tsimikas, when he came on the left, got a lot of the ball, was playing some really good ball, good crosses into the box. I thought Endo did really well. He obviously wasn't match fit, you could tell. I know we were talking about that during the game, but he made a big difference as well. But it was Yeah, I feel really good. I think the one player that really struggled today, when I think we really needed him, was Gakpo. I thought Gakpo was really poor, honestly, and he seems to be that player that when like you're really up against it, and you really need something to happen. He maybe isn't that player, but when everything is going really well, then he looks really good. But I thought Gakpo was.
I agree with that, but I also feel a little bit sorry for him. I think his movement is absolutely brilliant. His finishing is really, he's struggling with a little bit of confidence with his finishing. One thing I'll say about Gakpo, I'm going to sort of back him up. He seemed to have played so many different positions. Like he'll play up front, he'll play from the left, he played from the right, he'll play as like a midfielder. He seems to have played like a lot of positions, to be fair to him. But I do agree. I think in front of goal, he's just lacking a little bit of confidence. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, he's a good player.
It's not at all. He's a quality player. Of course, he is. He's class. Yeah. But yeah, just today, it just didn't really happen for him. So of course, after this game, there has been we saw the outrage on the pitch at the end of the game from all the Forest staff, like running on, surrounding the referee, and the big old mafia-looking owner comes on, and he's like standing on the side of the pitch, looking like he's going to pull a weapon out of his back pocket and take the referee out. But so they were, and I wasn't 100% clear about what they were so upset about at the time, and it was the fact that when Kanate went down in the box, ref head injury, etc. And then instead of a drop ball between the two teams, when normally I guess the team with the head injury, the other team would kick it back to them. That didn't necessarily happen today, and there's obviously been a big old storm about it. What's your thoughts on that? Now you've had time to read all the different arguments about it.
I like Yango because I think I'm going to be the outlier. I think I'm going to be the outlier on this. I'll let you two go.
I mean, in general, yeah. I mean, okay. So, so here's the thing about this, right? This idea that we put fucking ball out of play every time somebody's injured it's a load of shite. Like, I'm not into it. Whether it's our player or anyone's player, if it's a head injury, then yeah, no problem. But I don't even think Alcanatis was head injury, was it? I don't even think it was.
So I think that's one of the, so from so initially when it happened, right? Initially when this all happened and I'm dancing around the fucking living room going berserk, right? I'm kind of still keeping an eye on the TV and I'm seeing them all go crazy at the ref. And I didn't really get, I thought it was maybe the penalty shout on Gomez. But then I was like, they can't feel that hard done by, because if that one's a penalty, the one on Dan's is definitely a penalty as well.
Yeah.
So I couldn't understand it, and I tell you, to be honest with you, I actually there this evening I rewatched the second half of the game, and and it was before we got chatting and before we seen it. I kind of had any idea what they were going mental about was. I will say the thought did cross my mind, where I went, you know what? The fucking ref gave us the ball there. The ball should have went to Forest. So I can kind of see a little bit why they feel hard done by, but at the same time, I don't think that's necessarily what allowed us to score the goal, or it's not like a goal decision. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the Diaz situation, or it's not like a real fucking stupid handball this way. It's not a real crazy situation, but at the same time, I can definitely see and understand why they feel a little bit hard done by in that circumstance.
Sorry, but it's fucking,
to be honest with you. No, come on, Glenn. I think we'd be the same.
Small mentality, mate. Mate, are you fucking messing? Our goalkeeper got the fucking ball right. 2 minutes later, Liverpool scored a goal. The goalkeeper gets the ball. Before that, there's a corner. The ball bounces out for a corner. 20 seconds later, we still haven't scored. Like, are you serious?
No, we had a fella
score a fucking legit goal. You didn't see our chairman on the pitch fucking thing.
No, I totally agree.
More mentality. I hope they
get
fucking relegated, the weird cunts.
Look, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with 90% of what you're saying. I do. But there's no doubt that Forrest should have got the ball. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I'm fine with that. But I don't get this idea that the owners should be coming on the pitch and.
Oh no, I'm not. No. I don't agree with that. No.
Like, come on, get a grip of yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm not saying that one bit. I'm just saying in the exact play, the exact moment of that happening, it's wrong. And that kind of, it's like everything in life, you know, when you get a little bit, when you feel that, that was that, you're going to fucking cling to that and go, oh, well, that's what cost us the game. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying I can kind of understand where the Forest lads are kind of feeling hard done by. I totally agree. You've got whatever it is, 90 seconds later, the ball, you've got a corner. You're Hudson and Dye trying to fucking dribble the ball out of his box, just booted out of the stadium, and the game's over. So they've only themselves to blame at the end of the day for the goal, but it was poor refereeing. It's another like rudimentary refereeing mistake. That's all I'm saying.
And that, right, is the overarching theme from, not just this season, but a couple of seasons before and maybe longer. But the refereeing is atrocious this season. Yeah. It's even gone a level. And whether you want to sit down, further down, it's appalling. Now, when I look at these decisions and I look at them back, the first thing I always think about is, if this had happened to Liverpool, would I be pissed off? Yes, I would, right? I would be pissed off because it was the wrong decision. That's one part of it. The second part of it, we scored, but it was like a couple of minutes later. That's Forrest not dealing with it. But the fact of the matter is, the referee made a mistake, right? He made a mistake, and this keeps happening, like, constantly. I mean, it happens every single week, and it's not just us. It's not just it's not just us, not just Forest. It happens to all the other teams as well. And I still believe in football. Like, these things generally always pretty much even out. They really do. They even out over the season. But now you have VAR involved. So now you have this whole separate beast where now everyone wants everything black and white because there's VAR this, there's VAR that. Why don't we have VAR for this now? Why don't we have VAR for the player putting the ball just outside of the D for a corner? You know, and that to me is a scary thought of the technology, you know, rather than improving the quality of refereeing, it's more going to be, well, let's improve the quality of VAR and let's add this into more elements of the game. And that's my concern with this. And I think that's where we're heading with the fix, where more things are going to be monitored by video.
Right, this is fucking well boring. Can we speak about Darwin Núñez or Joe Gomez? Because
we can.
And he sounds like fucking Keith Hackett here. Jesus Christ.
Well, he'll be on soon, so we'll Daz will be out of
the Darwin's just leaped up, and now I'm listening to fucking the PGOML over here.
Who would have thought, right? March the 2nd, right? You know, the beginning of the season, we'd look at ourselves, okay, March the 2nd, we're in a title race, we're top of the league, we've just won the League Cup, you know, we're up for the Europa, we're going for the FA Cup, and then we have a team that has Keller in goal. We're playing Joe Gomez as a 6, we're playing Bradley as a right back, and we're playing like a player that's never played before, another one in like Clark in centre midfield. Like, unbelievable. That's like the biggest thing, you know, the way I look at it now. And they all look so comfortable.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Joe Gomez, I've said it a number of times now, if we win this league, he deserves 2 medals. Don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. He's been absolutely fucking brilliant.
He has.
Been anywhere, centre back, left back, right back, centre field. The hardest position on the pitch to fucking play, just slots in there as if he was doing it every day of the fucking week today. And for some reason, hold on a minute, but this goes to a broader question now. Why won't he do that with Trent? If Joe fucking Gomez can go in and play centre fucking midfield away at fucking Forest, well, the fuck me, when Trent is fucking fit, he can do the same.
Well, I think, he would have. If Trent was fit and we had the injury problems in midfield that we've had, Trent would have been playing in midfield. I think that's pretty likely.
Yeah, but I love Joe Gomez, but I do think that it's a tough gig for him today, wasn't it? It's a tough gig.
Come on, give the cap a break.
No. I'm just saying it's a tough gig.
I thought he was brilliant.
No, listen to me. If anything happens to Keller, I swear to God I'd have Joe Gomez in the goal.
Yeah. Well, then I just rest my case if that happens.
Three medals. Yeah. Nobody gets one. Joe gets them all.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Joe and Darwin for today. But what an important goal, huh?
He's Darwin, isn't he? I mean, he was like
unbelievable.
What a pass by McAllister, by the way.
Oh yeah. No, but let's just go on Darwin in a minute. Just 1 second before we go on McAllister, because one of us we need to speak about McAllister. But hopefully don't get me wrong, Darwin's he's had a much improved. He's been out and he has been out and stuff, but he's looked a threat and a menace, hasn't he? And it might just the chip that he scored a few weeks ago, he was that against. I feel like we've got about 1 million games, but remember that chip? Brentford, yeah. And he just looked so confident going through. And then since then, obviously, he's not really been available. But today, score that goal, his confidence, it must be like absolutely sky high, mustn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to kind of like on a similar sort of vein, like talking about confidence. How fucking buzzing must that Liverpool dressing room be? Like, those lads must think they're absolutely invincible right now. I take a 90-minute winner like that over playing fucking Barcelona style fucking football and kicking somebody out, beating somebody 7-0. Those 1-0 fucking wins in the 90 fucking odd minute, going into that dressing room, I'd say the place was fucking electric. Those lads are going to, as tired as they are, those lads are going to go into training tomorrow and they'll be fucking bouncing around the place. It's just, I think we're just going from fucking strength to strength to strength. But like we were all around dressing rooms as younger fellas and that, like, how fucking much of a buzz must there to be in that Liverpool dressing room right now? It must be incredible.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, mate, it's been like 4 games now. Like the Wigan one was just wild. Like we even forget that. And then like all our 7 days, we won a cup final with a load of lads that are basically getting their debuts and getting their 2nd and 3rd appearances. Like then we beat Southampton with and again loads of kids doing their debuts. And then today we've had another last minute winner. Like it's just, this is the sort of things that may happen. Like 1 or 2 of them may happen in seasons for people, or they may happen in 5 years for some teams. We've had them all in the last 4 matches. And do you know what I mean? It's just absolutely wild. It's not good for your old ticker, like, but
it's not good for the ticker, but I guarantee it's great for the fucking team. Like, Jesus, I can only imagine. I'd say the place is fucking buzzing. But anyway, McAllister, 35 million.
35 million, bargain. And
we stole him.
We're now seeing the best of him, right? Because, we're seeing him where his best position is. And he's been exceptional. And he was pretty good at the beginning of the season. He wasn't great, but he was pretty good. But since... the moment when Endo was able to play as a 6 and get McAllister in and get him forward a bit more, be more influential upon the team, exceptional, brilliant player. And he looked tired, towards halfway through that second half. He looked tired, McAllister, but you could see him. He was pushing through it, and that was a brilliant cross for Nunes. What a bargain! 35 million.
Yeah, I absolutely love him. He's got so much of Alonso's game about him, and I'm talking more like the anticipation like winning the ball back. Like Alonso was Alonso. Like you think about Alonso, you think his passing and stuff like that. But defensively, Alonso was amazing at anticipating. And like, see how many times that McAllister will win the ball from not like diving in, just anticipating passes. He's done it a couple of times today where he sort of stole it, and then he's up to try and play. And yeah, I think he's absolutely class. It doesn't really matter for me. He can play as the deeper one, or he can play a little bit further forward. I just think he's absolutely sensational. And there's moments in the game where, like, do you know when I was in the pub the other week and I was like, just give it to Thiago, he's the best player, and then like he got injured. But it's a bit like that with McAllister at times for me. He's just so good. He's got such a great weight of a pass, and he always seems to keep it and make the right decisions. So yeah, long may it continue. If I've even said that right, I don't know. Man of the matches, who are we going for?
McAllister, as we're talking about him, and he was brilliant. I don't know who the official man of match was, but
they gave it to Nunes, I think.
No, did they really?
I think so. But I mean,
he got the winner, but I thought McAllister was the best player.
I think I saw that somewhere online. But I would personally, and not going to be it would be a bit of bias here, but I'd give it to Paddy Kelleher. I thought he pulled off that save in the first half. I thought really kind of kept us in the game, and I think we would have really struggled had we went 1-0 down. So I was Kelleher.
I was going to bring, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, mate. I was just no. For me, it's I mean, Kelleher's a great shout. I think he made some absolutely massive things, but for me, it's Van Dijk. I thought Van Dijk again. To think that some people would question Van Dijk as a leader, and like I know the Dutch are like just generally dead harsh as a nation, but they always give him chip and be like, she's just not a leader. He's not a leader. He's not the right fit. My God, what a man!
It's another Glenn accent.
Yes. Honestly, like see him at the end. Like with Nunes, he's just what a specimen of a human that fella is. Honestly, like at the end of the matches, it's like he's barely got any sweat on him. Oh, by the way, as I'm still on me Van Dijk loving, you might not remember this, but half an hour in the game, ball gets crossed into great ball in the box. Van Dijk's about 6 yards out, and he just knocks it back to Kelleher.
Oh yeah, to Kelleher, yeah.
Oh mate,
that was
yeah. Any normal player boots it in their own goal. They will just shit themselves. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what?
Can you imagine Sacco having a header in that back to Mignolet?
Oh God!
You'd have left some pile on the living room, sit on the living room floor. I can tell you. No. Anyway, lads. Stuff. Right, is that it?
I think so, mate. Yeah.
Anything else? Anyone want to add? It's fucking just great to be alive.
You know what? Only on your boy Kelleher. He's been like magnificent the past few games. I mean, there's no doubt when he came into the side a little earlier in the season for a couple of games, he didn't look great, right? He didn't look as confident as he was before. But the last few games, he's been sensational, and we're going to need him to be that with Alisson probably out till end of March, early April. So we really need Kelleher to be like the Kelleher that we all believe he's going to become, which is like a top goalkeeper. But he was magnificent today as well. So yeah, another good shot. Easy, brilliant.
If not, sorry, we've got Joe Gomez anyway.
Yeah.
You'll play those.
Here, before we go, everybody out there, like, subscribe, get on Instagram, ATX Reds Podcast, follow us. We've got some good stuff on there.
So, but don't get on there in the next couple of days when we put the sex with banned.
Yeah, but it's grand. You can still hit follow. You'll be all right. You'll be right. Go ahead and hit follow. But anyway, good talking to everybody, lads. Up the fucking Reds, and we'll chat.